Alright, it's
You've
9:20.
been patient.
It's 9:20. Means it's 4:20 somewhere. If you got one, spark up. Alright. Sunday night rants. Tonight's rant is about Mr. Jim Crow Joe over here and his new mandate. And what is next to come? That's certainly a big question on my mind. Because when this doesn't get the desired outcome, it's gonna escalate. But let's listen to this real fast.
You've been patient, but our patience is wearing thin, and your refusal has cost all of us.
All right. So, Joe's patience is wearing thin. Oh well. Our patience is wearing thin. I mean, let's not forget this whole pandemic has been a big giveaway to major business interests. You look at all the money Amazon and all these other big tech companies and all the billionaires made more in 1 year. Like they almost doubled their wealth. While, we got 15 million people or families about to face eviction. Another 10 plus million people about to be kicked off that unemployment plus up. Which, I mean, I don't know. It's gonna be interesting though. Lucky for me, my job doesn't have 100 employees, so I'm not affected by this. But as he said, his patience is wearing thin. And when this mandate doesn't reach the desired outcome, what's next? Not to mention all the new surveillance and technology apparatus that's about to be deployed to enforce this. Once they start having their little vaccine passports and all this, we're working our way towards that social credit score. I've talked about it before in past videos. And yeah, we're headed there, which is not good. Especially the way China's got it. But yeah. So the way this mandate works, if your company has over 100 employees, you either gotta get the jab, or you gotta every week get a negative test to come to work. Now, this lacks a lot of logic, as far as only having the unjabbed get tested, because it's pretty much common knowledge now that people with the Fauci juice, can still catch the stupid 19 as well as pass it. So if they can still catch it and pass it, logic would state that they should get tested too every week. But this isn't about logic. It's about inconveniencing people who don't have the shit to coerce them into getting it. if you think this is really about public health, you're lying to yourself. It's got nothing to do with public health. If this had anything to do with public health, fast food restaurants would have been shut down, um, and there would be mandates on exercise and healthy eating, things like that, to get our immune system stronger. Because especially as it's showing up more and more that natural immunity, which comes from defeating the virus, has a stronger support system, if you will, or immune response than getting the jab. So if we boost our natural immune systems, we can easily kick it, and then we have the antibodies. Other countries are coming to this realization. Iceland is one of those, because they've got real high vaccination rates and they are still getting surges. And they are certainly doing a good job at attempting to pin us against each other. You know, they were trying to do it racially, wasn't quite working as well as they wanted. So now they're pushing us in the vaxxed versus the unvaxxed. And it's bullshit. And people don't see, and a lot of people on the side who are like pro-mandate don't even realize how much power they're giving to companies that they claim to hate. $33 billion Pfizer made off of just this jab alone. And this was as of a few weeks ago. So they probably made, probably up to 34 billion by now. And with that money, they're going to be able to buy a lot of politicians. So for those of you who support things like Medicare for all, you really need to oppose this mandate. Because this mandate is going to just strengthen the companies who are basically blocking you from getting what you desire. And if you are, so we need to resist these mandates. Whether you're for the vaccine, against it, whether you've taken it or not. Because if you think it stops here, give them an inch, gotta take them out. It started at 2 weeks to slow the curve. And look how that worked out. There was a nice bailout for the elites. A lot of regular working folks are about to get kicked out of their homes. Companies like hedge funds like BlackRock have bought an astonishing amount of land and property, so they're going to make us permanent renters as people get kicked out of their homes and evictions and foreclosures go through. They'll be buying up even more, and pretty soon we will be, those of us who don't already own land or own a home, we are going to become a permanent renting class, because they're doing their damnedest to buy up everything that they can, so that they can, rent it back to you. And so we need to resist this. Again, I can't emphasize that enough. It's like I said, the Fauci ouchie is just, it's a symptoms mitigator at best. At worst, it gives young people heart conditions. I can't remember its big scientific name. I can't remember off the top of my head. Um, but the people who fall in the categories of were already being hospitalized and dying, it's still happening to them. So for them, it ain't really mitigating a whole lot. Um, well, I'm not a doctor or a scientist, so I'm not going to tell you one way or another. Go get it, don't get it. By saying, when I say we resist when I say we need to resist this, I'm talking about the mandates. Like I said, I'm not trying to tell people don't go get the jab. If you want to, you've done research, you see where you fit in the whether you have comorbidities or not. By all means, help yourself. Just don't mandate it on everybody else, because if you can still catch it, you can still transmit it. It can still mutate within you, and yeah, this is this is leading to troubling things. Look at the different atrocities through history. They didn't happen overnight. It worked its way there. And we need to learn from that and start resisting all forms of authoritarian tyranny. We can't have that. So yeah, big thing come out of this: resist the mandates, speak out against them. There's protests around, go to the protests. Stop. Go to the protests, speak out against it. Call your senators, your congressmen, your governors. Call whoever you can. Email them. Let them know, especially I don't know how far Jim Crow Joe's mandate goes, but like in New York, they don't even have medical exemptions. So there's people who physically can't get the shit, who are now out of a job, can't go get groceries, shit like that. Now granted, some businesses are going against it, but you have like this federal one where if the businesses don't go through, it's $14,000 a day per offender. Not a lot of smaller businesses can really afford that. And a lot of the big corporations, they're not going to take the dip in their bottom line. And this does have this is going to have big effects. I believe it was 1/3 of truckers said they would I know it was 1/3 of truckers who said they would either quit or would either quit or they would be fired before they get the job. We already have a shortage on truckers. We're already having food shortages and all types of places all over the place. They just had on the news that across the next state over in Oregon that their schools don't have all the stuff they need to feed the kids. So It's gonna get serious. And the crazy part is they know it because you can look it up. They didn't include the postal service in this because they knew too many people would quit or resign or get fired. So, and they're really planning on having probably going to plan on having another election year where there's a lot of at home, the mail-in ballots. And so yeah, having postal workers quit, they can't have that. But um, it's very telling, the fact that they know this is going to affect, like, and the crazy part is they really, because this has been, the media has tried to frame it in the way of the culture war, where it's a left-right issue, but it's not a left-right issue. When you look at New York City, when they first came out with the mandate, I don't know if the numbers have changed, but only 27% of the black population had taken the vaccine. It's not a big number, and I'm pretty sure that the 73% who haven't didn't vote for the orange man. I'm sure if they voted, they probably voted for Biden. When you look at the numbers Biden had among that demographic. So yeah, it's not a left-right thing. So if you're, pro-mandate for tribal reasons, you may need to check with the rest of your tribe because not everyone is on board with you. And I'm gonna leave that right there. Let me know your thoughts on the mandates in the comment section, or anything else you want me to talk about or check out. Other than that, y'all have a nice night. Thanks for watching. Stay blazing.